Hi, welcome to Vegetables, day 33. And as you can see, I did get my calendar completed. Did number each day from January 1st to December 31st. And found something out. It's not 24/7 365. It's 24/7 366. And if it's a leap year, then it's 24/7 367. I was actually kind of quite shocked that we've been lied to all these years. There's not 365 days in a year. There's 366 most years and 367 in a leap year. So just thought that was rather interesting that I'd share that. So today, it's been an okay day. I was feeling not so, feeling okay today until about dinner time. And dinner time comes and once again, my stomach's just not feeling right. This time it is just a little bit nauseous. But having said that, I was tempted to have McDonald's for dinner and have it delivered. I even took the time to sit down and order it. But I will only go to one McDonald's in my area because that's the only one that has not repeatedly messed up my orders. But also there's just something about the soda at that store. While most every McDonald's in the area has been torn down and rebuilt, this one remains. And so it has the old soda lines, and the soda just tastes different. Not that I drink it, but both my husband and my grandson, both Scott and my grandson, have noticed a huge difference between the different stores or locations. And yes, I'm going to say Scott instead of my husband, but I will continue to say grandson because he's, not an adult. At least not for another 8 months. I can't believe it. He's going to be an adult in October. Anyway, so even though, so it said that that particular store was not available. So I'm thinking that there were no dashers that were logged in to service that area. So that's a plus for me. So I did make dinner at home. I burnt the first one. Totally burnt it. I mean, I didn't just kind of overcook it, I burnt it. So I had to make it again. Luckily, I had a second one. But what I had today for breakfast, I had peaches and cream oatmeal. And I've showed you that before. The only difference is that I now have these for the peaches instead of a can. So I put one of those in it. And then my cup of coffee, and I did have an egg and cheese sandwich on toast. It was a whole wheat bread. And it was egg whites, not a whole egg. And then I put the plant butter on the toast instead of dairy butter. Didn't have anything else to eat until lunch. I did have an errand to run, and so I had a couple of errands to run. So lunch was in between the two errands. So I did get fast food, but what I chose was hopefully a fairly good choice. I went to Arby's, and they now have wraps. So I got one of their grilled chicken wraps. It's on a whole grain tortilla. It had grilled chicken, lettuce, red onions, which and I thankfully had one piece because I don't do raw onions. So I can't. No. But it also had ranch dressing. I don't remember if it had cheese or not, but I know it had banana peppers and tomato. So, I think that was a better choice than what I could have had. Although I did have curly fries with it. And then, so I did my other errand. And the second errand was getting some firewood. And, well, actually, they're bricks. They're in like sawdust that's compressed into bricks. Having a little difficulty with what I purchased. And at this time of year, it's really difficult to get well-seasoned firewood logs. So we decided that, we would combine the little bricks, which they actually work very well. Combine that with the logs that we have left. And hopefully we'll have enough to make it through the rest of the season. It's a 6-pack for $3. So, not terribly expensive. But my grandson did bring it in for me, but then I stacked it. And after I stacked it, I took the air conditioner out of the window. And by the time I did all that, I was pretty out of breath. And with the cold air, even with my mask on, I was wheezing pretty good. So I did have a glass of hot chocolate. It is no sugar added hot chocolate. And, for all of you asthma sufferers out there, it's surprising, but many times a hot beverage is all I need to stop my wheezing. Sometimes even, if I'm having difficulty breathing with the wheezing, hot beverage and it goes away. Works better than the medicine. Sometimes I have to use both. But I did have, like I said, the cup of no sugar added hot chocolate. I did melt a candy cane in it so that it was mint, because the mint helps. Because, at this point my stomach was starting to bother me, so mint sometimes will settle the stomach. And then, like I said, I was not feeling the greatest, so a lot of chest pain. It's pretty much gone now, but just from the being outside and the difficulty breathing and the wheezing, I was having quite a bit of chest pain. So, I'm like, I really don't want to stand up and cook dinner. I really don't feel good. So I placed my order, and it wouldn't, or tried to place my order, and it said, nope, delivery unavailable, and I wasn't about to go hop in the car and go somewhere else. So, thank you, DoorDash. You made me eat at home. And what I had was, we had a Jimmy Dean skillet. And like I said, I completely burnt the first one. As a matter of fact, the pan is in the sink soaking. It's it's pretty black. And that's just because instead of staying out there and standing and watching it, I decided to come in here and look at stuff on Amazon and completely forgot about it. But as I said, I had another one in the freezer, so I cooked that one. And usually I have toast with it. Now Scott did have toast. But what I did instead with part of it is I rolled it up in a tortilla and made a breakfast burrito. And it was actually pretty good. I kind of liked it that way. The only thing is the tortillas I have, they're kind of thick and fluffy, and I don't know. I'm not a fan of corn flour tortillas anymore. Most of them are just too thick. And too much spread. And then after dinner, excuse me, still having a little bit of tummy troubles, so I knew that I needed some fiber. And so I did have a small bowl of Fiber One cereal with almond milk. So overall, not a terrible, terrible day. Oh, I did forget, before I went on the second errand, it was like I had lunch and then it was, maybe an hour or so. So before I went on the second errand, I did have a package of Ritz peanut butter crackers. So like I said, not a terrible day. I did update my white erase board with, who had what. So no happy faces today, because I had toast, and then I had a tortilla, and then I had another tortilla, and then the crackers. So didn't completely, didn't avoid bread at all today. But hopefully the Fiber One cereal will help, and I will feel better tomorrow. So coming up in the next couple weeks, I know next week on Wednesday I have my appointment with the oncologist. So, I will definitely give you an update on how my leukemia is doing then. Next week will mark 6 months. Fingers crossed I get 6 more months of reprieve. No disease present, or at least detectable in my blood, and so that means no medication. Of course, I kind of miss my medication because I didn't have the tummy troubles. One of the side effects was, quite honest with you, to be quite honest, one of the side effects of the medication is diarrhea. And so I kind of miss it in some ways. And I did get all of the village put away. I still haven't vacuumed, but I do have all of my laundry done, all of it. The only dirty clothes I have are the clothes we wore yesterday. And then a couple of towels from today. Oh, and I don't know. I curled my bangs this day. I don't know what they look. I can't tell what they look like from here. But I curled my bangs today, different back instead of forward. Trying to get it so that I can maybe try to have my whole entire head be somewhat curly. Not working very well. We do have some very cold weather coming up. So even though it seems like I've gone to the store a lot lately, I did go again today to get a few things that I forgot to get. And I still forgot stuff. I mean, even if I make a list, I still forget. So I'll have a couple more things probably to pick up tomorrow so that I won't have to leave the house for the next week. Because it's just going to be way too cold. I'm already having trouble wheezing. And it was upper 20s today. It's going to be as cold as, 10, 15 below zero. And that's Fahrenheit. So when it gets that cold, I don't go out. And I'm told my grandson today that if it's that cold and they don't automatically declare it a snow day, which is actually now an online learning day, he's going to be learning online anyway. His school has done this year a hybrid where you can choose to be an in-person learner or a distance learner. And he did choose to be in person. So what he does is he goes to school 4 days a week in person. He has half of his classes on 2 of the days and half of the classes on the other 2 days. And then Wednesdays are a remote learner day, where everybody stays home and logs in and learns online. But because they have that capability now, they don't have snow days anymore. Yeah, if it's too snowy or too cold or, whatever weather reason that they would normally call off school for, it's now going to be a remote learner day. So I thought that was very clever. While they have had cases of COVID, it's not been, it's not been real bad. They haven't had any trouble staffing. And they've been very diligent about saying, well, if you have, it's on the back of every student's ID. If you have this, or this symptom, don't come to school. Call a nurse and then they'll decide, well, okay, can you come back or do you have to go get a test? And test usually takes, 24 to 48 hours. So we miss maybe 1, maybe 2 days of school. And you still remote learn. So then if you're negative, you forward that to the nurse and you go back to school. And so, it's been... At first I was kind of upset that they didn't cancel school. But now that I'm seeing what some of the other schools are having trouble with, and the students, having trouble adjusting to not socializing, I'm glad that his school has done it that way. I know that's really nothing related to my health, but in a way it does, because I need to be very careful to make sure that I don't contract this disease. Because, with having asthma already, having cancer, having heart disease, I could be, I could maybe fight it off, or I could be one of those that becomes very, very ill and potentially die. So, we've been really careful not going anywhere that we don't have to. Do grocery pickup. When I say, go get groceries, a lot of it's grocery pickup. Order it online and pick it up. And about the only places I go is maybe to get food at a fast food restaurant, which is always drive-through. And the grocery store and doctor's appointments, and that's it. So, I need to find some wood to knock on, because I do believe in knock on wood. I'm, staying pretty healthy. Yeah, well, that's just a little bit about today and my thoughts, and, how our family's dealing with the COVID and the isolation. I'll be honest with you, is starting to get to me, but I know it's for the best. I hope that you enjoy learning a little bit more about me, and continue to watch every day. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I upload a video every day. Leave me some comments. I would appreciate comments, and I will definitely answer them. Give me some feedback. What do you like? What don't you like? What would you like to see? And, just hope that you continue to watch, that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.